Hi, I'm Milt Fischbein of MF Metalarts, and welcome to another video on basic filigree techniques. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating the making of filigree wire. Please do not attempt any of the steps that I'll be demonstrating if you're not familiar with the use of the tools that I am using. Now, the tools that you're going to need to make filigree wire are
a soldering setup with good ventilation, fireproofing, a honeycomb block, and a torch. A rolling mill with a flat section that's about 1 inch wide. A flex shaft with a number 30 handpiece or similar, flush cutters, digital calipers, safety glasses, and of course, we should always wear natural fiber clothing and closed-toed shoes. Now, the consumables that we're going to use include binding wire, and finally, most important, is the fine silver wire, 26 gauge, that we're going to use to make our filigree wire. So we put the wire around, so I'll put that little loop into the chuck. Wire's twisting nicely as we move along. Take it off of the anchor point, and I want to show you this. There's a little loop here. What I like to do is I take the wire and I gently wrap it around my fingers, and then I get a piece of my binding wire, and I'm going to gently wrap it around my filigree wire to hold it together. This is what I'm looking for. Okay? We're now going to anneal the twisted wire. I always keep my torch moving. Here's my annealed wire. I'm going to take this binding wire off, just untwist it, gently uncoil. So if this is well annealed, when I give it a light schwack, it's not going to pop back up. Okay, and that's how we know it's annealed. So our next step is to flatten the annealed twisted wire in our rolling mill. And after that flattening, our wire, we can start to call it filigree wire because it'll be almost ready to go. Now, my digital calipers, and we're just going to take a look at the round twisted wire. It's about 0.74 of a millimeter. It's a good idea to put a little bit of tension on your wire as you're rolling. Everything nice and straight. Here's my wire, and we'll go in the middle and just double check that we got what we thought we were going to get. And here we go with the calipers, and I've got about 0.34. Okay, so that's perfect. So on this card, I have a few samples of filigree wire being made at the different stages. The very first one here is the wire we started with, which is the 0.4 millimeter fine silver wire that we twisted. Here's 1, 2, 3 different examples of twisting. And then the last one is good quality filigree wire that was made. This is what your filigree wire should look like after you've rolled it. So there we have it. Now you know how to make really good filigree wire.